Hey guys, so we're back with another quick case study video. In this video, I'm going to show how we are crushing the Google Ads for orthodontics niche with a client of mine. I've had this client for 3 months now, and we're getting a crap ton of phone calls with our restructuring of the campaign. So I'm going to show what sort of results we're getting and how we're getting these results within the next few minutes. So let's just get straight to it. So what we're looking at here is a time span of June 1st to August 31st. So that's a 3-month window. We're only running 2 campaigns. We actually had to shrink the budget down to $20 a day from 70 just for a few days because we're trying to fix a few things on the back end. But generally speaking, we're roughly spending about 50, 60 bucks a day between both campaigns for a small market. So if you're looking at this 3-month window, we've gotten a total of 106 conversions. I measure a conversion as basically a phone call. So basically, we've had 106 unique first-time phone callers, phone calls from 2 different campaigns. Some of them are coming from our Smart Search campaign, and then most of them are coming from the general paid search campaign for ortho. All right. As you can see here, depending on the campaign, we're getting anywhere from a cost per phone call of $13 for the Smart Search campaign, or as high as $62 for the paid search campaign. Now, if you know anything about the orthodontics niche, it's a really expensive niche to compete in. Don't be too surprised where you're getting a cost per conversion of over $200 just to get a phone call. So the fact that we're averaging between both campaigns $42, that's really, really good. So I'm really proud of those sort of results that we're getting for our client of mine. And if you're wondering why the Smart Search campaign is getting $13 and the other one is getting $62, it's pretty simple. For the Smart Search campaign, we're running a few branded searches where we're basically bidding on the client's brand name. Generally speaking, I don't do that, but because the client has such a good reputation locally within her neighborhood or within her market, I decided to run a Smart Search campaign that consists of people doing search for orthodontists near me, as well as their particular brand. So that's why it's so cheap for this campaign. But just because people are doing a search for her brand does not mean that they are existing clients or existing patients. Some of them have gotten referrals from friends and they have to do a search for her brand. So that's why I'm bidding on the Smart Search campaign. Here is a list of keywords that we're bidding on. If you know anything about the orthodontics niche, there's really only a handful of keywords you have to bid on. So keyword management really isn't that hard. In fact, let me just show what's enabled. Orthodontist, the city, orthodontist near me, and so on and so forth. Cost per click is really good as well. We're usually getting about a $6 cost per click. Again, if you've competed in this niche before, as I have, don't be too surprised where cost per click in much bigger markets, you can get maybe $10 to $15 cost per click. So the fact that we're getting $6 is a great win as well. And obviously that leads to lower cost per conversion metrics. Now, if you ask me, how is it that we're getting these sort of results? Well, there's a few things at play here. Number one, a lot of agencies, as well as do-it-yourselfers, they tend to rely on Google's AI and smart bidding strategies to do the campaign management for them. I don't do that. I'm very proud to say that we actually, at least within the first couple months of a new client, we will micromanage the campaign by controlling the campaign manually. So we don't rely on smart bidding strategies such as max clicks, max conversions target CPA. I found those campaigns don't work very well for new campaigns. So instead, I would rather rely on a senior level PPC experience and manage the campaigns manually. So as you can see here, when you look at bid strategy type, we're doing manual CPC, which is basically manually controlling the campaigns. It's only for the Smart Search campaign that we're actually doing maximize clicks because there's no way to do manual CPC. That's one of the things that Google doesn't really tell you. If you talk to their Google reps, they'll sit there and tell you, hey, you should trust in our smart AI. But the reality is that Google's AI really isn't as smart as you think it is. And if you know what you're doing, as obviously we do, we'd rather rely on our human experience. Another thing that we're doing is a negative keyword list. Most agencies, when you hire them, they will wait for the campaign to get going and wait to see what sort of trash keywords are coming in before they create a negative keyword list. We actually don't do that. What we do is, having done this for eight years now, we've built our own library of negative keyword lists. So what we'll do is we'll upload our negative keyword list before the campaign starts. That way we save our client a lot of money, because a lot of times in many different niches, you can expect to see up to 50% of your ad spend being wasted on really bad or irrelevant search queries. So theoretically, if you're spending $2,000 a month on ortho, you could be wasting up to $1,000 on really bad keywords. So would you rather have that money back? Of course you would. And so the way we do it is by uploading a negative keyword list ahead of time, and we're able to save our client a lot of money and have that money spent towards keywords that will convert. So this is just a few of our different negative keyword lists. Like, for example, within employment, an example of a negative keyword could be orthodontist jobs or orthodontist internship. Within the education niche, orthodontist CE or dental CE or continuing education. These are sort of searches that show up all the time. So we know that ahead of time. So we're able to upload this into our own negative keyword list library. Another thing that I recommend is landing pages, landing pages, landing pages. Really big red flag if you're hiring an agency and they're pointing your Google traffic to your homepage, your contact page, or a services page. Reason being is that those pages usually don't convert that well, even if you have a really great design, because sometimes good design doesn't necessarily mean it will convert for Google Ads. So what I do with every client that I sign on under our sprint strategy, we'll build out a new custom landing page that, generally speaking, 9 times out of 10 will convert better for our clients than their homepage. So that's one of the other reasons why we're having such great success with this campaign, is that I take the time to create a new landing page, work on the messaging, work on the copy and the content, tweak things from a design perspective. And that really helps a lot from a conversion standpoint as well. Before we wrap this video up, I actually want to show you what I refer to as sort of our secret sauce, if you will. One of the biggest questions or concerns that my clients have when they hire me is they say, well, Dean, okay, we're starting to get more calls, but how do we know those calls are coming from Google Ads? How do we know they're not coming from Yelp, or maybe we're doing TikTok videos or other forms of social media? How do we truly know that they're coming from Google Ads? That's a great question. So one of the things that I use on the back end is what we call advanced phone call tracking. So what you're looking at here is our phone call tracking dashboard, where for this particular client, we can look at call metrics and judge call quality as well, because that's something that Google Ads can't do. So you need to use a third-party tool to help you judge lead quality on each phone call that comes in. So what we're looking at here is it'll show you what sort of keywords that prospects are using to find clients, right? So we get dentist braces, orthodontics near me, orthodontic treatments. It'll show duration of the call, which is a really important one, because if we're getting too many calls where maybe it's only lasting 25 seconds, that could be an indication that we're doing something wrong on our end. Maybe it's getting too many wrong calls or calls to our competitors. So maybe that's something we should fix if we're getting too many of those types of calls. But if we're seeing calls where the phone calls are lasting 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, moving down 7 minutes, that's a really good indication of engagement, meaning the prospect is interested, they're looking for more information, and they're probably in the process of booking a consult. So again, if you're going to do Google Ads correctly, highly recommend phone call tracking. Offers a lot of transparency to my clients, gives them some assurance that I know what I'm doing, and it helps me as a marketer measure lead quality on the prospects coming in. And that's a really important thing to know, especially when you're dealing with local businesses and Google advertising. So as we wrap up another successful case study, there's a couple call to actions here. Number one, if you're suffering from a poor performing ads account and you're looking for a third party's opinion on things, we do provide audits for a fee. What that simply means is you give us view access to your account. We go in and we audit the account. We tell you what's working, what's not working, how to get things back on track. Ideally, this is for people who hired an agency already and you feel like they're just not doing a great job. We can go in and give you our perspective on things and how to improve it. The second thing, which is really what we're known for, which is full service Google Ads management. I've been running Google Ads for the better part of 8 years now. If you exclude my media buying team, I myself have managed more than $5 million in career ad spend, primarily working with service-based businesses of both B2C and B2B niches. I'd say a third of my clients are healthcare, private practices, chiro, physical therapy, acupuncture, obviously dentistry, and so on and so forth. So if you're looking for someone to manage your account, we can certainly talk about that as well. I'll leave links to our booking calendar in the description, and we can talk more about pricing, deliverables, and how we can go about getting you the best performance you can for your business. All right, other than that, I will talk to you soon. Later. Bye.